I honestly thought milk was only in cartons, but here it's in bags.
I really whip my ready speedy on some cheap shit. We really taxing shit. You wanna do please, but I just smack this shit. Back then I ate the dishes.
And I realized, oh my god, the winter is crazy. Why is it so cold? The winter is insane. It's a lot of snow. It's freezing. Like coming from New York, transitioning to Ottawa, Canada is crazy. It's insane. I just didn't expect the weather to be this brutal. Like I was like, oh my goodness, I'm ready to go back. I don't want to be here anymore. And I remember one time I came here, like when I first moved here, like that year, it was like so much snow. Like it was crazy. Like it was like I don't know how many inches of snow, and I was like, oh my goodness, you literally couldn't even drive or walk or do anything because it was so much snow. And on top of that, it was super cold. So like that was one of the scariest things for me because like I am not a winter person. So like in New York, I was able to tolerate the weather because in New York, you know, it's cold, but it's not as bad, and you don't really get a lot of snow. Like there's some years where like might snow a lot, and then some years you might not even get snow that much the whole winter. But in Ottawa, it's like every year it just gets worse. I think it's only like one time, like since I've been here, that it didn't really snow that much throughout the years, and I was actually surprised. I was like, oh my god, like really? Like it didn't really snow that much? Like that's different. Like is the world coming to an end? Because you know you're expecting it to be crazy. Like you expect it to be so much snow here. It's like so when you don't get snow, it's like, oh, okay, this is new. You know. But the weather is crazy. The weather is super extreme here. Like that's one of the things that kind of just really hit me in the face. I was not expecting the weather to be this brutal. What's crazy to me is like, you know, when you're from the States, you used to seeing milk in cartons and stuff, and you know, like in New York, we have like the big bottle of milks and stuff like that. Like, I never really thought that milk comes in bags until I moved to Ottawa. I was like, wait, hold on, where are the big bottles? Because I remember when I was young, I used to always go and get the big bottles of milk for my cereal and stuff. You know, your parents had the big bottle of milk, the big cartons and stuff. And then when I moved to Ottawa, I was like, wait, why is the milk in bags? Like is this normal? Is this normal? Like I was so surprised when I first saw it. I was like, wait, they don't have milk in cartons here and stuff. I'm like, why they're in all bags, like just bagged up like that? I'm like, it was interesting to me, but that's definitely one of the things that I had to get used to because growing up I was always used to like having milk in cartons and having them in like these huge bottles and stuff, and you pour it out whenever. So like it was definitely like a culture shock for sure, like seeing milk in bags and not cartons. It was crazy. You know, it took me some time to get used to that, but now I'm like, oh, it's okay. Like I'm used to it now. I feel like now if I was to go back to like New York and I see the milk in the cartons and stuff, like it would probably be weird now because I'm so used to seeing them in the bags now. So like, you know, it's crazy, but that's how it is. Also, another thing that was really hard for me, honestly, and I think it's still hard for me till this day, is the food, the fast food, the snacks and stuff is a lot different from the States, especially if you're someone that's from New York. Like, you know, it's a lot of culture there, a lot of different types of food. And it's just something that I don't see in Ottawa. Like it's not a lot of like culture food and stuff like that. So it was definitely a little bit challenging for me. I do miss a lot of the foods back in New York because it's so good. One of the things I can say that I like that I've tried is the poutine I don't know, poutine. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's definitely one of the things that I thought it was pretty. I didn't really think I would like it because honestly, I don't really like when my fries is all like wet and soggy and stuff. So when I tried, I was like, oh, okay, it's not too bad. Like, it's pretty good. It's definitely something that I won't eat like every day or a lot. Probably like every once in a blue moon. But it's definitely like one of those things that I would definitely try again. And I was actually surprised. I was actually like shocked to myself that I'm eating this stuff because I do not like when my fries is wet and soggy and stuff like that. So like, I was like, wow, this is actually not bad. And you know, just the food, man. You know, sometimes it's hard for me to really eat out a lot because like I don't really like a lot of the foods here and stuff. And like, you know, every now and then I try to just try different things, but you know, I'm not a big fan of the like the street food or like the different restaurants and stuff they have out here. But that's just my preference. Like that's definitely one of the culture shock for me because in New York you have like all these different variety of foods and stuff, like, you know. So it was it was kind of sad. It was kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I was I was a little upset, but I'm learning to, you know, cook a lot more at home. Like I enjoy cooking a lot more at home and stuff. So it stopped me from going out and wanting to eat out and stuff a lot. So that, you know, I'm happy that I'm able to like cook at home more and not wanting to go out and eat. But the food is definitely different here for sure. Give it to Canada with the healthcare. The healthcare is amazing here. You get free healthcare. You get a lot of like different types of like benefits and things like that. So it's definitely one of those things that like I'm really happy about being here, is that, you know, healthcare is pretty cool to have. And compared to the States, is like, you know, you got to literally pay for every single thing. Like every single thing. There's nothing that's free in the States when it comes to healthcare. So having free healthcare here is pretty cool. That's pretty amazing. That's one of the things that I really love about Canada. If you're someone living in the States where like you got to spend thousands of dollars on like healthcare like every year, you know, like sometimes it's like there's people that don't even want to go to the hospital or do anything so they don't have to spend money. And you know, moving to a country where like it's free, you can literally go to the hospital whenever you want, you don't have to pay for anything, like it's pretty cool. Like I gotta give it to y'all, it's pretty cool to have that. That's one of the things that I really love, and I'm grateful for that. Like, you know, I'm definitely grateful for the healthcare system here and how it works and everything like that. When it comes to like socializing, man, socializing here is a lot different compared to New York. You know, I came from a place where like socializing is easy. You know, you vibe with people very easily. People are more open and outgoing and stuff like that. But here it's a lot different. Everyone is kind of more to themselves. No one really open up, I guess you can say. Like no one really opens up. People are a lot more shy. Everyone is kind of just in their own little groups and things like that. No one really interact with you like that, you know. So it's definitely something weird for me, you know, because I came from a place where, you know, the culture is easy. It's easy to connect with people. It's easy to talk to people, compared to a place where I am now, where it's like it's hard to connect with people or interact with people. And you know, the experience I've had with that kind of stuff is like people here treat you a certain way on how you look or dress. And I know it might sound crazy, but I've noticed like when I dressed in like street clothes and you know, I look a little different, people don't really interact with me as much. But if I wear like a nice shirt or like a shirt and tie or whatever, people are like friendly. They'll open the doors for me when I go to the store and stuff. So it's just a weird vibe sometimes, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, I don't really like that. But I guess it's because like it's more of a government city, so like I don't know, people see you look a certain way, they judge you, or I don't know, man. But it's definitely weird for me because like, you know, it shouldn't be like that. I feel like you shouldn't really judge a person based on how they look or how they dress, or how they carry themselves. People a chance to get to know them and see how their personality is. And that's one thing that I like to do, is that I never judge anyone based on how they look. I always give people a chance just to see how their personality is and how they are as a person and different things like that. But you know, it's really hard to make friends here in my opinion, and it's really hard to connect with people. And it's definitely one of the things that was a real shock to me, you know, like how socializing is and stuff here. Like sometimes people give me like dirty looks when I'm walking in the street, or if I'm walking exercising, they'll look at me weird or something, you know. And it's just, I don't know, it's just strange to me. But that's one of the things that I gotta say that I don't really like here. But I'm starting to learn to just not care about it and just kind of do my own thing and ignore it, I guess. But those are my biggest shocks, man. But I know there's more. Canadians, what did I miss? Let me know in the comment section. And you know, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like on the video, and I'll see you on the next one.